Yesterday we had a great deal of rain. So with all that rain, I'm sure a bunch of weeds popped up in addition to the weeds that were already there. We're gonna look at the flowers and everything. I'm not gonna do an August tour with it looking like this. It's a hot mess. So we're gonna look at it and we're gonna assess it and do a before and after video. We'll start with the front garden flower bed. Yellow cone flowers. They took off. They look beautiful. This is not a problem because they're like to the side, so they're not like all in the front like the daisies were. And they don't even get as tall as some of the daisies we're getting. So that's not a problem. And we do have some other cone flowers back there, some red and purple ones. There's only one sunflower that came up from the seeds I planted. The problem is we don't get enough sun on this corner of the house. And we'll see if this little sunflower blooms. I'm surprised it even made it. I planted quite a few seeds through here. That's the only one that made it. Luckily, I have this sunflower feature that I bought from Bed Bath & Beyond last year at a good price. I don't mind artificial flowers at all, as you can tell. These are Easter lilies, but they're not real, of course. They're fake. And I will fill in with whatever flowers I have and that I've collected over the years. Artificials are fine with me. I don't see anything wrong with it. Let me know if you do that occasionally too. I have a little deadheading to do, but there's not too many problems through here. Weeding, yeah, I got weeding to do. We do want this to look nice for the mailman and other visitors who come to the front door. We have some ivy growing all through here, and I like the ivy, but I don't like the weeds, especially if we have poison ivy coming up, which we have before. The poison ivy will mix with the regular ivy. If you've had that happen on your property, let me know. Yeah, it's a very common thing. Okay, and I will trim the hosta. That would be a good idea too, because it's not flowering anymore. And here's a 4 o'clock right next to it. Those are kind of a wild looking combination there. So I might leave that. It kind of has a cottage garden look to it. But I will trim down the flowers that are spent. I haven't trimmed these vines at all this year. I've just been tucking them under like this. And it saves time from doing all that trimming. Last year I trimmed them every 3 days. It was very time consuming and not necessary. So these are looking really thick. This needs trimmed. I know what it is, mulberry. Wild mulberries growing everywhere. And even back here where my husband has this motorcycle trailer. So we need to be doing some trimming. Yeah, trimming is a big thing. This is a flower herb bed. I guess I call it my cottage garden. And it's looking better than it did. It was just overgrown before. So I don't think we need to do too much directly in this garden. I have a little weeding to do. I see there's a little wild clover through there and some other weeds, but not too many. But it's time to harvest these cherry tomatoes. They need to, this whole thing, trellis needs to come out of here. We have a lot of zinnias through here and they're looking really good. Really like this look. This is August. This spells August to me. Zinnias, I adore zinnias, and here's the best one I've got here. This attracts a lot of not just butterflies, but hummingbirds and finches. I leave them up and the finches start eating on them and they just have a blast with them. Finally, we have plenty of red tomatoes that need to be harvested. This needs weeded. I need to trim out quite a few of the suckers on these tomato plants. I might as well cut off the dead leaves. Peppers, yep, we have some that are starting to turn, other collars that will develop more vitamins, and they are huge. These are really huge peppers, and they're very long ones. Look at that. They're turning. That's what I want. I want them to turn red or orange, yellow, whatever. Look at that one. Ah, this is good. I should have had stakes for these. They're kind of all over the place. I could trim down. I don't think we're going to have peppers down this far. Oh, yeah, we do. Check it out. I could trim some of the leaves and make this look better. Okay, Yeah, we need help through here. Really needs help. The pumpkin patch, and I didn't think there were any pumpkins growing because a robin, more than one robin got into the hills and digging for worms, ate the pumpkin seeds because robins will eat pumpkin seeds. They forage is what they do on the ground for worms, and they run across a seed that they like, and pumpkin seeds is one seed that robins do enjoy. So they got most of our pumpkin plants that way. They didn't bother the zucchini seeds. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't care for zucchini seeds. But I grew another squash, and I didn't want to show you right away because I didn't know if they were going to make it. But let's see if we have any. It's a winter squash. Here's one right here. See it? I think you can see it. All right, there's one. Oh yeah, it got big. It was a tiny little thing just a couple weeks ago. That's amazing. All the rain we've had, it's really helped. Plus I used compost manure to start with. And here's another one that's even younger because it just popped up here. Seems like last week. These are butternut squash. They are growing at a fast rate. My goodness, this was just a blossom a few days ago, I could swear. I can't believe it. Time just flies. I might be exaggerating, but believe me, time flies. I think you would agree with that. If you're, especially for my age, time is flying by so quickly. So that's 3. I'm hoping there's more, but I need to get in here and see. I didn't do enough weeding. We have a strawberry patch. Now, this is advised not to do this, not to grow pumpkins near strawberries. So next year, if the strawberries come up again, that'll be great. Because they did the year before when I grew pumpkins here, so it wasn't a problem. But I don't plan on putting pumpkins here next year. I plan on extending the squash garden over there. That's near the corn, and growing some pumpkins over that way, away from the strawberry patch. Because eventually they may affect one another, and we may not get very good harvests. Let's see here. This is a small one. Looks like it's going to make it. Yeah, good. So we do have some germinating. I thought I was going to have to plant flowers to attract the bees, but then the blossoms naturally brought them, the pumpkin blossoms. We have quite a few. And here's another pumpkin. So we do have a couple pumpkins. Now, I really wanted to weed this, but to get in here, I really don't think it's necessary, but I will weed around where the roots are. Yeah. When I do the watering, I just want it to go to the pumpkin and squash, not to the weeds. I don't want to water weeds and have them grow even bigger. Either it's Rose of Sharon or mulberry bushes. And they don't bloom, and they never bloom anything. Well, I usually keep them trimmed. I don't let them get to that point. I wouldn't mind having some mulberries, but I just don't want them here in this spot. All this needs trimmed out. And there are some large weeds that I could pull in between the pumpkin and squash vines. The corn, we didn't finish harvesting. I harvested some a few days ago. It's in the refrigerator. So that's what we need to do today. We need to finish the harvesting. We probably should have harvested this. It's not going to be as sweet as it should be. My husband kept saying he was going to come out here and do the harvest for me. He wanted to do it, and I was going to film him for a short. Well, he changed his mind. So he had something come up yesterday, actually, that will benefit us financially. He sold one of our cars. So that's a blessing. And we'll be able to pay on the work that we had done on another car. And we're going to be able to pay that off the end of the month. So that's a good thing. I've got to get on the ball or it's not going to be sweet anymore. Okay, this garden needs retilled. There's got to be something I can grow here for the fall. I'll figure it out. I guess I could grow some lettuce, some more kale maybe for the fall. And let me know if you can think of anything that will grow in Columbus, Ohio that I can plant in August and September, that will come up for the fall. Our frost, though, is usually in mid-October, so I need to be planting it soon. I don't usually grow too many things for the fall crop because we have such an early frost. These flowers need deadheaded. I have a lot of deadheading to do. Oh, there's a lot of trimming to do. It's mainly that mulberry that never blooms anything. They have to reach a certain height before they produce berries. And some of this may be Rosa Sharon and mulberry. They kind of look alike. So I'm not sure. I think this is mulberry though. Yeah, it looks like it. It's right on the fence line. So that needs trimmed. Right through here too. Really should be dug out completely. I may do that in the fall. All right, now we have another issue. The zucchini plant looks gorgeous here, but we don't have very many fruits anymore that it's producing. It's not doing anything. It's not productive. I think I harvested the last of. There's some right there. Every time I think this is done producing, produces more. And how much zucchini can a person have? But we have a neighbor we can give it to. So this is where I have a little bit of a dilemma. So should I pull this and put my trellis here, or just let the zucchini go? Because it does look good there. I could extend where I've already grown snow peas. So I could put the trellis right here in the front. Now I've already got seeds planted there. So I could put a trellis right here. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But it's too close to this kale, and I need to take a bunch of this kale out. But right now I've reached a garden that needs to be trimmed out, deadheaded and trimmed out. And if I can possibly save some of the dill and coriander seeds from the cilantro, I will. Okay, I'm going to harvest the rest of this corn, and that will be it.
Her alarm goes off and she gets up to watch the morning news. Doesn't work no more, but tells a lot of stories about her youth. Drinks more lately, ain't got pills in many different colors too. Morning light is showing, she moves the chair to look out at her view. But her shop was built right across the street, and it stands where the sunrise used to be. In the afternoons on the couch to read, goes through old pictures and memories. Our heroes have been forgotten, our heroes so brave and bold.
We've got several ears here. This appears to be the largest one. I'll just go ahead and shuck the corn for you. You'll see me do it. I'll do it, and I'll show you what it looks like. So we'll know if this corn's any good or not. We left it on here too long, possibly. And it's a beauty. Looks really good. I hope the other ears look like this. Now I'm just going to work behind the scenes, doing a lot of trimming and weeding. I'll show you before and after pictures of the different areas. The areas I walked through earlier in the video that I needed to work on and to improve the appearance just by trimming and deadheading. Before, the front garden contained weeds and dead flowers. Now the flower bed is weeded and trimmed. The hosta and 4 o'clock were growing out of control with dead flowers that needed trimmed. Now they are cut back and well maintained. Ivy along the walkway was out of control with unwanted weeds. Now the ivy is trimmed back and weed-free. Mulberry was growing wildly in unexpected places. Now the mulberry is trimmed and less invasive. Believe it or not, there was a trellis here with a dying cherry tomato plant ready to be harvested. I removed the plant and harvested the tomatoes, taking down the trellis, of course, which I forgot to film. Then I removed the vines to add to the yard waste container out back. Finished harvesting some tomatoes that had fallen on the ground and did a quick cleanup before transforming the garden bed, highlighting the zinnias and artificial tropical plants. The tomato and pepper garden was a hot mess with weeds and overgrown suckers. Now it is a more organized garden bed, and it produced a wonderful garden harvest with only one casualty, a green tomato that can sit on the kitchen window to ripen. Before, I needed a larger space for snow peas on a pea trellis to get enough sun. After removing kale plants for harvest and pulling a great deal of weeds, I was able to plant snow peas by direct seed on a trellis. Thanks for watching today. I hope I inspired you to work on garden projects and enjoy the fruits of your labor, remembering loved ones who worked off the land so we can have a better life.
Our heroes have been forgotten. Our heroes so brave and bold. Our heroes have been forgotten. Our heroes so they got old. Our heroes have been forgotten. Our heroes so brave and bold.
And let's celebrate the beauty of God's harvest. Many blessings to all of you. I'll see you on the next one.